Hi guys, 18 Dapper here and welcome to this match preview for this Saturday's game. It's Doncaster Rovers versus Sunderland at the Keepmoat Stadium. Let's get the video started. Welcome to this match preview, Doncaster Rovers versus Sunderland, Keepmoat Stadium this Saturday. If you're returning to the channel as an existing subscriber, thank you for coming back. If this video has brought you here, please click that subscribe button. We're on the road to 2,000 subscribers. If you are new, this is the format that we do match previews in. We look at the previous meetings between the two teams. We look at the current form across all competitions. I do a player focus for a Doncaster Rovers player, just a few words about one of our squad members, and then we have a look at the opponent, a very brief history, and I give my opinion on the one to watch for the opponent, and then me and the family have got predictions league, so an update on the table there, and then I give my score prediction for the game at the very end. So without further ado, let's get into the previous meetings. Doncaster and Sunderland have only faced off 8 times in their history, and it's not good reading for the Rovers. 5 defeats, only 2 wins and the 1 draw. So looking back at the last 5 games, the league trophy back in 2017, it was a home 1-0 win, and then in League One in 2018-19, 2 defeats. Sunderland did the double over as a 1-0 home defeat and a 2-0 away defeat, but those games, from what I remember, were very close. We just didn't quite have enough to see it through and get a draw or potentially the 3 points, and Sunderland came away with the wins in both of those games. And then in 2019 and 20, slightly better. A home defeat 2-1, and then at the Stadium of Light in January it was a 0-0 draw, so slightly better last season. Hopefully we can go one step further and get that elusive victory over Sunderland on Saturday. We will see, but yeah, recent history, it's all been Sunderland. Three wins for them, 1 draw and 1 defeat, so hopefully history isn't repeating itself on Saturday. Moving on to current form, this could be a big one. Doncaster, 2 defeats, 2 wins and a draw in the last 5, whereas Sunderland hit a little bit of a blip at the minute. 2 wins and then they're currently on the back of 3 straight defeats. A good solid start to the season for Sunderland. It sees them sat in 7th on 21 points, the same amount as Portsmouth, who are currently in 6th with a game in hand. Although it's been a good start, as I said, they've stumbled a little bit over the last couple of games with defeats against struggling Mansfield in the FA Cup, and a defeat against Fleetwood in the Papa John's Trophy. But Sunderland are already through in that, so that defeat won't hinder them too much. But then a disappointing defeat for them at the weekend against MK Dons 2-1. But eyes are currently off the field at the minute with a potential takeover, and that's looking like it may go through towards it's either the start of December or towards the start of 2021. So maybe an influx of cash, and that might be just what Sunderland need to get back into the Championship, where, in all honesty, a club of that size, they belong in the Championship, if not higher. But they're in League One for a reason, and we've just got to beat what's put in front of us, and hopefully the Rovers do. Moving on to Donny, made it through to the second round of the FA Cup recently with a very professional performance against FC United of Manchester, in front of the BBC cameras, winning 5-1. And then that was after a last minute equaliser at the new Plough Lane new stadium. Looks fantastic, nice little compact ground. Wimbledon played very well, did a good job on us, and that one finished 2-2. We should have gone away with the 3 points, but unfortunately we just couldn't cut through a big blue wall in defence, so it ended up a draw. But we'd take the draw, and we moved on to the FA Cup in a very good performance. And then the game after that, valiant performance midweek against a strong Wolves under-21 team, but it came to no reward. We got beat 2-1, and that dumped us out of the Papa John's trophy, which could be a blessing in disguise, a bit of a cliche, but we get to now focus on the league and the FA Cup. Moving on to player focus, this week I'm going to go with Matthew Smith. Very, very good player on loan from Manchester City, Wales international, and you can see that he's got that extra bit of quality and he's added such a different dimension to the squad, like Josh Sims. His pressing is unreal, he's quick, he's doing the dirty work in the midfield as well, supporting Ben Whiteman in the CDM role, but he's also pretty good going forward as well. And he bagged his first goal against AFC Wimbledon, which got us back into the game at 1-1. He was just in the right place at the right time. Very tidy finish, and I'm looking forward to seeing Matthew progress this season. Hopefully we'll develop him as a player and we'll get to see that as the season goes on, but very, very positive start to his Rovers career, only on loan until the end of the season, but who knows, if he's surplus to requirements at Manchester City, he may like it here, and we could potentially be front runners for a very, very good midfielder, but I can't see us keeping hold of him. It'll be nice to watch him for the rest of the season. Moving on to Sunderland, the opponent, founded the same year as the Rovers, 1879, currently managed by Phil Parkinson, under a little bit of pressure with recent results. Very good manager in my opinion though, and I think he has got the credentials to get Sunderland at least into the playoffs this season. You've got a very good squad, and in Phil Parkinson, some people like his style of play, some people don't. I think it'll get you working hard. It won't be pretty football, but I think performances like that are required in League One, and top six should be the expectation for Sunderland this season, and we'll see if Phil Parkinson is the man to do the job, or if he follows the Bristol Rovers manager later on in the season with the chop. Recent honours: FA Cup winners in 1973, and then more recently Championship winners in the 04-05 season and the 06-07 season. I'm sure Sunderland fans will be wanting some of that success to come back to the club very soon, and potentially with the takeover it may be sooner than we think. On to the one to watch for Sunderland, I'm going with Chris Maguire. Bit of a foe for the Rovers, tends to score against us, and he started the season fairly well with 5 goals, 3 assists, so coming in off of the right, very, very good player. He can make the game tick along, he can dictate the pace as well, but you never know, he's always around, in and around the box, so he can pop up with a few goals, but he's also there to create chances for the other players as well. And I think whoever's marking him, they're going to have their hands full for the game, and hopefully they keep him quiet, and if they do, I think we've got a chance of coming away with something in this game. On to the Predictions League table. So if you are new to this, me and the family predict the scoreline for each league game. If we get the score spot on, we get 3 points. If we get the outcome right but not the scoreline, we get 1 point. And if we get it completely incorrect, we get no points. It's been a rubbish season for me. To be fair, it's not been a great season for any of the family. 10 games in, Chris is on top with 7 points. Max and my dad joint second on 4, and me holding up the rest at the bottom of the table with 1 solitary point. So I'm hoping that I get some scorelines right and start closing that gap on Chris. 6 point gap, so 2 scorelines. If he gets them wrong, we're back in it. But yeah, no movement after the last game against Wimbledon, because we either went for Wimbledon wins or Doncaster wins, and it finished 2-2. So no points awarded to anybody, so no movement there. Hopefully we get some movement after the Sunderland game. And that leads me on to my score prediction. I think it's going to be a tough game. I think it's going to be a tight game, but I think we're hitting Sunderland at just the right time, struggling with form, and we've had a 10-day break, so we should be fresh. Sunderland had the game on Saturday, we had the international break, so hopefully we have a little bit more energy, a bit of desire, and I think if we get that cutting edge in the final third, we could come away with a very good result. And I'm going for a good result. I'm going to be positive in a world that is very negative at the minute, but positive. Come on, hopefully I'm not wrong as I've been for the rest of the season, but I'm going positive. I think we're going to beat Sunderland on Saturday 3-1. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. I'm going to leave it here. If you've enjoyed it, big thumbs up please. As I say, comments in the section down below. Subscribe if you haven't already. As always, thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.